Hello Group 1, welcome to your reading. The first group of cards we have here is Haystack, Karma, you will reap what you have sown, and Ace of Swords. You will surely reap what you have sown. This is fantastic energy. The Ace of Swords is a card representing victory, and this victory often shows up in the form of official proof, like legal documents, certificates, or written confirmations. When you see this set of cards, you should immediately have an idea of what kind of victory has this refers to. A common of interpretation is that the students will pass your exams, and those working on certifications will successfully obtain your professional credentials. Some exams involve practical skills such as driving or flying, and it will also pass smoothly. If you are applying for schools, visas, or citizenship, you will likely receive good news in October. Those who are job hunting may receive the offer you've been hoping for. If you're involved in lawsuits, business negotiations, contracts, or transactions, you will also get a favorable outcome in October. In short, this is the result of your efforts. What you were invested before is what you will harvest. It's a sign of a good fortune. Where there is effort, there will be reward. October will bring you peace of mind. The second group of cards we have here is Throne, position of authority, and the Knight of Wands. Combined with the first group of cards, this suggests that some of you will be promoted, and the promotion ceremony may not happen in October, but you will receive confirmation of the news then. Some may become leaders of branch offices, while others may start their own ventures. In any case, you will obtain written confirmation in October. And it's also recommended that you check out the major arcana readings about the Empress and the Emperor, as they might give you foreign insights. This group radiates presence, decisiveness, and a strong execution. Your achievements are not by chance or luck, but inevitable. The next group of cards we have here is Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will, and the Ten of Pentacles. This feels very subtle, because the Ten of Pentacles here gives me the sense of someone trying to persuade another, and this card has been appearing quite frequently recently. We know the Ten of Pentacles represents material stability, a respected family, or an influential long-standing institution. It carries the power of tradition, heritage, and authority. In connection with the Nine of Wands, if you are promoted into a leadership role, you may want to implement reforms or restructure the organization. But reform inevitably threatens some interest, which may make others feel pressured or threatened. They may not confront you directly, but instead use people close to you, like family, partners, or similar, to communicate their wishes and try to persuade you. Of course, beyond career or business matters, this dynamic may also show up in other areas of life. You can reflect on whether this resonates with you. On the 13th, Pluto goes direct in Aquarius, which will be a good time to consider implementing reforms. The next group of cards we have here is Gavel, involvement with the law, and the Fool card. Once again, you have very strong and favorable energy in October. It's a kind of effortless strength. Connecting this with the Ten of Pentacles, I see a very specific scenario involving business deals or auctions. Just as mentioned earlier, your intentions may clash with others, but with the Ace of Swords, you will ultimately be the winner. It feels like you've already been working on this for a while, possibly since Pluto went retrograde on May 4th, and now things are finally falling into place. That's one concrete situation. On a broader level, I sense that during this month of Pluto retrograde, you haven't been idle. Think back to your beliefs and plans in early May. Aren't they completely different from now? Your thinking and planning have shifted, and with that, your life path may have changed dramatically. Just like the first group of cards indicated, you will reap the rewards. The Fool tells me that this is absolutely a positive change. I'm genuinely happy for you. This will not only bring tangible benefits, but most importantly, bring you true happiness, carefree, light-hearted, and present in the moment. And that's wonderful. The last group of cards we have here is well, family wishes come true, and the Ten of Cups. This is amazing, Group 1. I'm so happy for you. Ten of Cups is a family card, symbolizing harmony and joy. Some of you may have obtained a lawyer's qualification or won an important lawsuit, and something truly worth celebrating. Honestly, there's not much more explanation needed because the earlier cards already told the story. What matters is that your happiness has legal standing. It is protected and safeguarded. This group of cards also carries the feeling of establishing both family and career, a great sense of security. Your archetypal energy for October is the Queen, another powerful authority figure. When you step into your role as a form of authority, you will be able to use your noble and powerful aura to protect the people and the causes you care about. Okay, blessings to everyone who chose the first group. Wishing you all the best in October. See you next time. Hello Group 2, welcome to your reading. The first group of cards we have here is Dragon. Beware of self-delusion, and Two of Cups. This is a very straightforward message about relationships. Though relationships here don't only mean romance, they can also include family and friendships. It's a warning message asking you to be mindful of over-idealizing a connection. If you were recently felt very interested in or attracted to or even infatuated with someone, you need to pause and calmly assess whether your interactions are balanced, whether both sides are equally engaged and taking initiative. This pairing doesn't necessarily mean the other person has bad intentions, those that can be completely ruled out. Rather, it's more about reminding you not to become blinded by idealization, overlooking important differences that could later lead to disappointment. For example, differences in values or habits that may be ignored at first, but could affect the long-term harmony and comfort in the relationship. The second group of cards we have here is Dog, Far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, and the Six of Cups. This is a beautiful and pure energy. This could be a childhood friend, a past neighbor, or a former schoolmate. You share many cherished memories. For whatever reason, you drifted apart or lost contact. I sense that in October, this friend will want to reconnect with you. If distance is still a factor, this person may even travel to see you. The third group of cards we have here is Fox. Shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business, and a Star card. The energy here is highlight something. The strength of this group is innocent and kindness, but the weakness is being overly idealistic, which makes it hard to handle real-world challenges. Looking back to the Two of Cups, this makes sense. Some of you may trust others too easily, overly romanticizing others' strengths while overlooking their flaws. It's not that you encounter bad people, but when illusions are broken, disappointment often follows. And this doesn't only apply to relationships. In career or business partnerships too, you might hold unrealistic expectations. If you're starting a business or building a personal brand, you might get caught up in your pure idealistic vision and overlook worldly tactics or social rules. Some of you may even believe that adapting to worldly rules or using strategy will somehow taint the purity of your work or spiritual pursuit. From all three tarot cards, I sense a tendency towards spiritual professionalism. It may not affect your daily functioning on the surface, but it can often cause inner discomfort. I don't think you should abandon your ideals, nor should you, but the Fox card here suggests another way. Seek external support. Outsource or delegate areas where you are less skilled to professionals so you can focus on your creative work. Of course, it's important to establish clear shared goals with collaborators, ideally flexible ones, framed with a range, so you remain aligned. Using strategy doesn't mean compromising your values. Instead, it creates room for growth and allows your creations to reach a wider audience, which they absolutely deserve. The next group of cards we have here is Bow, plenty of material things, and the Seven of Wands. I sense two main messages here. First, protect and defend what you already have. That includes not lending casually, not wasting resources, and being thoughtful and grounded in how you use what you own, avoiding overly idealistic impulses. Second, it's time for some of you to do a bit of decluttering. Old, unused possessions can block new abundance from flowing in. This is especially important for friends who feel insecure at heart or are highly sensitive. Hoarding might give short-term security, but over time, it drags down your energy. Those unused items quietly drain you. So protect yourself by letting go of the useless. Many things you once bought were over-idealized for their imagined purpose or positive effect. Simplifying your material world is a wonderful practice to bring your idealism into balance. The final group is Star, Guaranteed Success, and Hermit. This is wonderful. We have two star cards here, and also the Hermit card. You can see a star within the Hermit's lantern. If you doubted your abilities, felt insecure, uncertain about whether you're on the right path, or struggled with fluctuating energy, this is a confirmation you will succeed. Your wishes will come true. Those who've been ill will heal, and those who've been stuck will find a way out of the darkness. This is such a powerful, beautiful message. I truly love seeing kind-hearted people shine. In October, you will experience a crucial, positive transformation. After this month, you'll be in a very different state. With your growth in wisdom, you may finally recognize your own abilities, and some of you may step naturally into the role of mentor without any inner conflict. The archetypal energy for October is the Seeker, perfectly resonating with the Hermit card. October will be a month of deep learning, not just gathering information, but building systems and a structure. As your wisdom grows, a new path will appear before you, beginning a journey of exploration. True seeking requires devotion and determination, and you must remember, the path of seeking is about finding light in the darkness, discovering truth in chaos. Okay, blessings to all who chose the second group. May everything go well for you in October. See you next time. Hello Group 3, welcome to your reading. The first group of cards we have here is Yoke, feeling tied down or frustrated, and a Wheel of Fortune. This shows that some of you are in a stagnant situation or caught in a dilemma, and it's been going on for a while. As time passes, you may be losing confidence, but a Wheel of Fortune tells me that higher laws are at work here. What you can do is hold on to faith. This also means that any stalemate will eventually come to an end. The temporary pause is only to align things so that at the right time, the right action can happen. You may not be able to see the bigger picture now, but when this period passes, when you look back, you will feel it was a blessing in disguise. The second group of cards we have here is Basket, Recognition, Reward for Merit, and a Knight of Pentacles. This is wonderful energy. I wonder if the stuck situation we mentioned earlier has to do with money or resources. If so, this is great news. That block will be resolved in October. If it's not about money, this still confirms that your long-term commitment will be acknowledged and rewarded by the universe. That means, even if your efforts haven't borne fruit yet, you should understand the meaning of persistence. On this path, the universe is providing you with resources and encouragement. The most direct manifestation is financial increase, asset appreciation, or opportunities that highlight your personal talents and charm. Some of you may also radiate a more confident and refined aura in October, attracting even more resources and creating a positive cycle that helps you break free from the earlier stagnation. The third group of cards we have here is Bird, Perched, waiting for news, package, letter, and the sun. Very nice. I sense two aspects here. The first is in contrast with the first group. One weighs in discouragement, while the other weighs with positivity. I feel that at the start of October, you may feel a bit low, but you'll soon regain your balance. The more vibrant your energy is, the sooner you attract the good news you desire. The sun here tells me that even while waiting, you still enjoy life. After all, a delay doesn't mean trouble. This is proactive energy. No matter what the outer pace looks like, your inner rhythm won't be disturbed. You'll remain radiant and full of vitality. The second aspect is that you really will receive uplifting news, and this won't be a small little joy, but something that re-energizes your whole being. If you've been engaged in alternative, creative, or unconventional pursuits, I see you finally receiving the message you've been waiting for. The reason it was delayed is that your ideas or creations challenged tradition or convention, but your innovation and its positive future impact cannot be ignored, so you will get a result you hoped for. It just took more time. I hope this message encourages you to affirm your value and remind yourself that you are indeed doing the right thing. The next group of cards we have here is King. Pay attention to your health. And a Magician. Again, I sense two aspects. The first is interesting. You are actually very gifted, even genius-like. But in daily life, geniuses often appear clumsy or out of step. This explains why some of you give off such a unique, unconventional aura. Perhaps you sometimes ask yourself, why can't I just live steadily like everyone else? Others seem happy that way. Why must I insist on being so different? Am I straying from my life path? You may battle with yourself, doubt yourself, feel frustrated, and that brings you back to the energy of the first group. The magician tells me you are in fact multi-talented. It may take time to discover what you truly want to do, or your life mission, so to speak. And even if there is no great mission, life can still be happy. But I see that you still want to seek it out, and that's okay. The good news is that, combined with the sun, you would eventually choose a path and stick to it. The second aspect is a little warning. Some of you may push yourselves too hard or overlook. Remember to think long term, seek help when needed, and make time to rest. The last group of cards we have here is Kangaroo, Unsettled Times, Need to Plan Ahead, and the Eight of Swords. This is a warning message as well. Even though your overall energy is very positive, you still need crisis awareness. Don't let carelessness or wishful thinking make you avoid real-world planning. The Eight of Swords tells me that trying to logically convince yourself is not a sustainable source of security. The only true way to feel safe is to make arrangements in advance. Even if nothing happens and your plans aren't used, energetically you will feel prepared. I have everything in order. I fear nothing. Your archetypal energy here for October is the Engineer. This perfectly resonates with both the Sun and the Magician. You have the ability to express your creativity in practical, reliable ways. And in connection with the Kangaroo and the Eight of Swords, it shows you are problem solvers, especially skilled at advanced planning and contingency strategies. Sometimes your intelligence may not be understood at first, but later, people will recognize the thoughtfulness behind it. Blessings to everyone who chose the third group. May all go well for you in October. See you next time. Hello Group 4, welcome to your reading. The first group of cards we have here is the Stork, news of a birth or a new business opportunity, and the Four of Cups. Those two cards align perfectly. A heaven-sent opportunity is approaching you, and you must lift your spirits. The Four of Cups tells me that some of you are still dwelling in the past, perhaps in a state of self-pity or low confidence. From the cards, I can sense that the universe is already offering you a wonderful opportunity, but you may not be aware of it or mentally prepared to receive it. Since this is the energy of the cups, whether it concerns career, family, or love, this new opportunity will bring you genuine happiness. So Group 4, make sure you actively adjust your state of mind and strive to seize the opportunity in October. The second group of cards we have here is Moon, changes in your life and death. Together with the first group, this shows that catch this heaven-sent chance, you'll need to make major changes, especially in your mindset and outlook. I sense that some of you are not satisfied with your current situation and have an ideal version of yourself in mind. You feel there's a gap between where you are and that ideal. Those two cards show me that you are only one mental shift away from your ideal self. In one sense, it's very close, just a change of thought. Yet in another, it feels far because those entrenched thought patterns may have been with you for decades. So Group 4, you must summon the courage to rescue yourself, give yourself permission, empower yourself. The Death card is firm. It insists that all patterns of thinking must change. Whatever is blocking you from becoming your ideal self, change it. But you don't need to judge or condemn those old ways. They once served you. What's important is not to cling to them and ask yourself by saying, the old way was fine, because your game has changed and your strategy must change too. The third group of cards we have here is Key, successful outcome to your problems, and Four of Pentacles. This is wonderful energy, Group 4. You are truly wise and reasonable. You understand the importance of actively breaking deadlocks. Your positive changes are bringing positive feedback. The key has always been within you. You don't need to force yourself to make drastic changes in your external life. Just first sort it out in your mind. Make a firm decision without leaving room for wishful thinking, and then opportunities will naturally open up. You don't need to struggle to find or create a path. Suddenly, you just think, let's try a different direction, and then that will lead you straight to the door you can unlock. From a worldly perspective, your financial situation will improve. very likely connected to the new opportunity mentioned earlier. This October is truly significant for you, so don't miss it. The next group of cards we have here is Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise, and a Queen of Cups. This is wonderful group 4. This October is centered on the theme of new life. This is truly a month of great importance in your life. Since we received messages about newborns twice, I must mention this. For those who have experienced miscarriage, unsuccessful pregnancies, or loss of a child, October is a very favorable time. Some of you will receive joyful news of a baby this month. With the Queen of Cups appearing, I also sense feelings of regained what was lost or a dream finally fulfilled. There is a strong aura of happiness here, so congratulations to Group 4. Beyond the theme of a childbirth, business and career matters also bring a good news. As we said at the start, this opportunity will bring you joy and fulfillment, like a wish come true. It represents your love manifesting into tangible form in your worldly life. Seizing this opportunity will allow you to love your career as deeply as a mother loves her child. You'll be fully invested, fulfilled, and able to let go of past disappointments and pains. Truly, the best way to heal the past is to live well in the present. Embrace happiness fiercely. Raise your happiness ratio and let the weight of past sorrows fade into significance. This is wonderful energies, Group 4. I'm so happy for you. And the last group of cards we have here is Box. You will receive a gift and a Tower card. This is amazing, Group 4. We just draw the K card and now comes the locked box. In October, it will feel like you're playing a puzzle game, but this reading already reveals you will succeed. And cheers! The Tower card tells me this gift will come as a complete surprise, like a sudden strike. At first, you might not even realize it's a gift. In combination with the K, some of you may first discover a solution before encountering the problem. For example, you may have thought your strengths weren't particularly useful or valuable, yet suddenly, these new opportunities makes them shine. The Tower also suggests a sharing of your self-perception and long-held mental habits. Some of you may find yourselves asking, why did I ever think that way before? And at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Four of Wands. And in combination with the Tower, it suggests that some of you might suddenly receive a notice of relocation, get compensation money, buy a new home, and even have surplus funds to invest in a new project. How wonderful! For October, the archetype energy you can draw upon is the magical child. Trust that everything that happens is in your favor. Magic is not something logic can explain, but once you pass through October, you'll believe it. Blessings to everyone who chose the last group. May all go well for you in October. See you next time.